Well, good evening and welcome to round 7 of the Down Under Super 2 series, coming to you tonight from the Adelaide Parklands Street Circuit. We're just finishing up practice here. We've got about 3 minutes to go, and then we will get right into it. What we'll do first, though, is we'll have a quick look at the points after the Bathurst round. And there they are on your screen. A very interesting set of points they are after a double win for J-Man last time out. He has jumped up to 7th in the championship. Still a long way behind, but it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Damon still leads, and he's got 139.5 on the board. Merv still in second after a strong round, finishing in the top 5, and he's 196.5 points behind. Justin still in third, a disappointing round at Bathurst for him, 200 behind. That gap is getting ever bigger. And Gary Neville is 400 points behind. As you can see there, the list just gets ever bigger. And unfortunately, we might be looking at a bit of a one-sided end of the championship to come. Although there are still a few rounds left, so anything can happen, of course. And we will come back to the stream here. We're looking at the championship leader here, who's done a 19-1 in the practice session here with under 2 minutes to go. And we will try and find the quickest in the session. And here he is, Meadow Monin. He has an 18.8 in the session, a really quality lap, and not overall quickest outright across the 3 sectors, the quickest in the last. So the fastest first sector is Dave Davison. We've got Damon Carter has the fastest middle sector, and then Meadow has the fastest last sector. So the cars are still circulating. We'll be getting into quali fairly shortly. We'll see what we can do here tonight. 2 15-lap races, and I don't think there will be any reverse grid races. We'll see what can happen. We've got Paul Robertson joining us tonight. I believe he's a new entrant. We've got the custom livery here of Dave Davison. That's a very, very nice looking skin, that. Probably one of the best out there of the customs. Damo's had a few additions to his. We'll see that one in action very shortly. We've got another new bloke tonight, Tim Long, running the Cam Waters skin. So we'll see how we go. We've got 9 drivers. Oh, I should say probably 9 drivers or 8 drivers. I'm not too sure how we'll see that, but do remember that Termo is the safety car driver as well. I believe all drivers have gone back to the grid, and we're into quali now. So we'll see what can happen here. It's a lovely circuit here at Clipsal. It's now the Adelaide Super Loop. And it's a very, very tough track to get right. So we look through all the turns. We're actually going back through the track here. And the turn 9 braking approach, we'll see possibly a few incidents down there in quali, a few cars getting it wrong. That's the run down to turn 8. The exit of the staircase and the run down the back straight. And into the staircase here. Of course, the centre S's, we've got a couple of cars that look like they're coming out now. A couple of different camera shots. So remember, this is a shootout style qualifying format, so they only get one lap to prove their worth. And it will be Smokey out first here. Had a pretty solid round last time out of Bathurst. He did a pretty good job. Tried to keep out of trouble. See how he does his lap. Of course, the Adelaide Parklands circuit, well renowned for the brutal supercars season opener. Smokey comes round to finish the lap. 3.2 kilometres of Parkland circuit, 16 turns, and we will see how he goes here. So the hamburger cam here on the roof, down to turn 1. Entering the staircase, we'll see the exit of the staircase. Just around the corner here, we'll get a first sector time. There it is, a 25.1 for the first sector. So not a bad time. Probably a little bit off the top pace. See the legendary turn 8. And he's actually in the wall. He's hit the wall quite hard there. That was a big impact. Skatey under brakes. Looks like it hasn't damaged the car too much. Go on board. Down to the final corner. We'll have a look at the lap times. A 25.7 in the middle sector. Let's have a look at the lap time. It's a 22.9. Not a bad effort at all to start with. Relatively clean. He did smack the barrier at the infamous turn 8. So now we look at Tim Long coming onto Bartels Road. You can carry a lot of speed through turn 8, but you've got to get the angle right. And how much throttle you blend. Tim's definitely started the lap early here. Down to the final corner. He will start his lap. Bit of a slide down the last corner. That won't help with the exit. We'll see what he can do. to turn 4, Wakefield. He's through cleanly. Looking for a strong showing here. Get up and amongst the midfield runners. Pretty conservative through the staircase, but he's done a 25-1. He's only about 500ths away from the fastest first sector. Conservative through turn 8. Nicely through turn 9, and now into the end of the layout and back onto the Parkland circuit. 14 and 15, and then 16 to the last corner. I believe that was a in-lap. So he's already done the lap, which was a 23.7, so he's quite a long way off that lap time. We've got Merv on his outlap. What can Merv do? He needs to claw back some points in the championship. Hope that Damon has a bad round, but I don't think that's going to happen. Damon's been pretty consistent throughout the series, and he's managed to score points when the others have had issues. Good exit for Merv. See what this lap entails. Conservative through the first corner. Adelaide staircase. Get that first sector time up to 24.5. About 0.6 quicker. Just overruns the exit of turn 7. Down to turn 8. Oh, he's hit the inside wall and smashed into the fence. That's well and truly ruined his lap. It's a 27-0 in the middle sector. That is well and truly destroyed the lap. We were on board for it. Just turned it in a bit early, clipped the inside wall, and that's a big no-no around here, especially turn 8. You end up in the fence always. Final corner. The lap's not going to be anything of significance. Across the line at 23.9, so I think Merv is going to be well and truly at the back here. Very unfortunate indeed. Bryce has done a very good job to get around the lap. He's already starting it. Good approach, good run through. He's nailed the centre S's quite well. Oh, but locked the wheels. He's locked the rears at turn 4. It's all over for him as well. Back into this championship is just going from bad to worse for Justin Bryce here. Not what he was after. He just locked the rears. Too much oversteer into turn 4. And that lap is down the drain, a full 5-6 seconds off the other first sector times, which are pretty good. It's not going to be a good lap. Wow! Even though he's still going, it's a wonder he didn't end up in the outside fence at turn 8 there. He did clip the inside curb. So not a strong night here, not how he wants to finish this one. to be a poor time, unfortunately, because of that mistake at turn 4. He wheel spins it out of the final corner and does a 26.9. Well, when I said Merv was going to start at the back of the grid, I didn't know that was going to happen. Next car on track is Paul Robinson. Here we can see he's been pretty quick tonight, showing his pace as the new guy. But it's the shootout. You can't afford to bottle it. Really committing there. Inch perfect through the centre chicane. To turn 4, get the car stopped. Does that very nicely. This could be a very good lap here. 5, now 6 and 7. Get the first sector time to 23.5. It's purple for the first sector. Just got to get turn 8 right. We'll go on board from the hamburger cam on the roof. Oh, inch perfect. Absolutely inch perfect. Had a little bit of a lift, but he got it done and into turn 9 very nicely as well. It's 25.2 for the middle sector. See, he's on a quick one here. 2 purples. Coming down through 14 and now 15, the final corner. Don't get on the grass. He's done it well. Slightly missed the apex run, a bit wide, but straightens the car up. What's the lap time going to be? Is it going to be good enough? It's a 20.0. A 1 minute 20.075. A very good lap. Next car on track here to do his lap will be Dave Davison. It's a nice start to the lap here. A 1:20 to beat. Oh, he's aggressive there. Just turned it a bit early. He was a bit conservative under brakes. Thought he was going to go in there a bit slower, but he didn't. Turn 4 is a bit lively, a bit too much curb. You could hear it on the brakes. It just wasn't pulled up quite enough. See what this 23.9 for the first sector, so it's a bit off the mark. And he's running wide at the exit of turn 6. Messy exit to 7 as well. Just a bit aggressive on the throttle. What's turn 8 going to be? Bit of a lift and makes it through quite nicely. Down to turn 9. Got to get the car stopped and turned in. Oh, the rear wanted to rotate. He caught it. He caught it pretty well. It's 2 green boxes, a 25.6 for the middle sector. So he's there or thereabouts. He's probably not quite on the pace. But he's there or thereabouts. Can he have a nice finish to the lap? He's nailed the last turn there. What they used to call the old Mistral hairpin, and across the line, and it's a 21.0. Just a little lacking in the last sector, 31.4. So overall, not bad laps at all. J-Man, well, doing his best to be the flamboyant SVG. He's in the SVG machine. And he's starting his shootout lap now. Accurate, aggressive over the curbs. Nearly Ambrosed it from 2015. Nearly ends up in the outside fence at 3. Turn 4. The lap is committed. You can tell he's on the limit everywhere, sometimes over it. Aggressive start to the lap. What's the sector time going to yield? A 23.9. So slightly off. Paul Robinson's done a very good job. He was very clean through the first sector. J-Man using all the road on the exit of 7. Now down to 8. Under the Woodstock sign. What's it going to be? A little bit of a dab on the brakes. Sliding wide. Oh, he nearly ended up in the fence. Nearly ended up in the fence. Turn 9, the rears are locking, wanting to rotate on him. It's a 25.2. On a 25.2.3, he nearly loses the rear there, re-entering the parklands. He's very close in the middle sector. What can he do in the last? Committed through 14. Loose the rear at the hairpin. That's gonna hurt the lap time. Coming to the line. It's a 20.4 for the J-Man. 31.2 in the last is very close. Actually, the fastest last sector there, 31.291 compared to 31.297. The reason why last sector is purple for Paul Robinson is because he has the fastest lap currently. The championship leader now. If he can grab pole, it sends a big statement. First corner. Does that quite nicely. Used all the inside curb that he could. Allowed him to straight line the rest of the chicane. But runs deep at 4. He was not going to get that stop. That's a lap over, I'm afraid. Such a good start. I just overcooked it at the end of Wakefield Street. It's quite easy to do, and you can tell the first sector times are 24.7. He's nowhere. A good second away from probably where he should be. Good turn 8 though. He gets a turn through there. To turn 9, 10 and 11. Back out onto the circuit. 14. To the line, it's a 21.6. It's a bit disappointing, that lap. Very disappointing. The last driver, the fastest man in practice. The Ford FGX Falcon. The time to beat is a 20.0. Damon on that lap did a 31.3 in the last sector, so he wasn't too far away, but just the first sector hurt him. First sector hurt a lot. It really sets up your lap. You've got to do a good job of it. Here we go, gets the car turned. Meadow Monin. Can he get pole? Down to turn 1, the centre chicane. Oh, overcooks it too much. Missed the inside apex. Used all the curb, but it's there. Through 4 and 5 now. Will come up. It's a 23.4 in the first sector. He is quick. This is going to be a pole position lap here. If he can nail it down. Cautious through turn 8, but made sure he nailed the exit speed. He's got to get it stopped for 9. The rear wanted to rotate, uses too much curb on the apex, slows him down. Rear rotating, oh, nearly ended up in the tyre barrier there. He's quick through the middle as well to 25.0 in the middle sector. 2/10 clear. Oh, he's stuffed it at the last corner. Ran all the way around the outside. Is this going to hand pole to Paul Robinson? Yes, it is! Meadow can only do a 20.5. The last sector. Paul Robinson, I believe on his debut, has got pole position here. He's nailed the lap. Massive congratulations to him. He's done a fantastic job. And he'll start on the front row alongside J-Man. So In the end, 4/10 clear of the rest. Really done a good job and nailed everything that was required of him. Nailed the first sector, nailed the middle sector, and nailed the last. Overall, Meadow was quicker in the first two, but the last corner just cost him. Completely cost him. What we're going to do here, we'll take a short little break and we'll come back with the racing. This is the Down Under Super 2 Series from Adelaide, and you're watching it live. Welcome back to the Down Under Super 2 Series. Currently in warm-up, we are currently watching the pole position get up. It is Paul Robinson. It's going to be a very interesting race tonight, and we're joined in the commentary box by Gussie. Welcome, Gussie.
Hey, going. Thought I'd jump out of the main game and watch all the boys. It seems to be some hot action going on. They've got a few good close times going. I thought, well, yeah, I'll have a sticky nose in here and we'll have a sticky boot and see how they go.
Yeah, definitely. There's some promising talent here, and you were remarking on the during the qualifying session that you know, a couple of drivers probably weren't using the maximum amount of track that they could, but Paul did a fantastic job, and he didn't overdrive the car. He was very consistent with what he did, and that rewarded him with the lap time.
Yeah, I truly believe that too. It looked like he was almost short shifting a little bit, like you said, a little bit conservative. Look, at the end of the day, there's so much you can get out of these cars. So you want to use maximum revs, maximum track width, pick your line, hit the apex. It's what it's all about. So look, these guys are up and coming and having a good red hot go at it. I think there's some talent in here that, the guys are showing if they can all do good laps, pull it all together. Everyone seems to make some mistakes at certain corners. But, they pull it all together, mate. We saw this afternoon, now warm up. Look, 119.9. We've just beat qualifying times. So.
Yeah, I was just going to remark on that, mate. Perhaps the pressure of the one lap is all you get has just maybe brought out a few mistakes in the drivers, because they're hitting 119s again. So
yeah, undoubtedly they're more relaxed now, because I know personally, racing in a few leagues, we used to do a shootout, especially at Bathurst, and it used to make me nervous as hell. Definitely it was just going to hinder you. Oh, geez, there was a big cut turn two right over it.
Yeah, big cut by Paul Robinson.
But,
Pole, sorry, I was just going to say, the Pole sitter's fastest lap time this session is a 1:21.5. He's on the softs. All drivers are out on the softs at the moment. The quickest guy on track is currently J-Man, if we can get him on screen, just coming back out of the pit lane. And he's doing a practice start right in the middle of the track, as you do.
Yeah, that's a good thing to do. He's got he's looking in his mirror.
He's got a 19.9 on the board, and he's going to do another one here as well by the looks of it. That's a pretty good start, I must say. No wheel spin. He's nailed that.
Yeah, it was a tiny bit of wheel spin, but he's... gone back to pit.
That's all he's doing. He just want to do the practice starts. And I must say, probably one of the best liveries, I think, on the grid is the Canard Tyre Falcon. I reckon that's pretty bloody... it really turns the eye. It's a bloody good livery he's done here, Davo. He's smashed it out of the park.
Yeah, you got to agree with you there. It's pretty good. It's looking the part, that's for sure.
Well, session is over for warm-up, and we will transition through to the race very shortly. There'll be 15 laps of chaos, I'm sure. We'll have to see what happens down at the first corner, because as we know, it's very hard to get through the first centre chicane off the race start.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's always chaos. We get 9 cars all cramming themselves into the first corner. Just memory, can't win the first race. Oh, we're on.
Indeed, we are middle of the day. That's why the track looks a bit average there, as everything's loading in properly. Get to the front of the grid if we can. Try and get a better camera angle as we cycle through them all. I think that might be it. That's going to be it.
There we go.
Start of the first race. They're off. J-Man gets an absolute stonker there, and he's pulled away.
Launched it. There was a bit of smoke, but he really launched that car off the start. And he's off. 2-3, he's out of there.
They all get through pretty cleanly. Meadow has got up to third, and Damo's in fourth. They're all trying to just get through the staircase as cleanly as possibly can. Damo looking down the inside turn 5 of Meadow, but it's not going to happen because he doesn't have the inside for the next corner. He goes wide. He's going to lose out as well, possibly here. He's got to give racing room, which he has done. Oh, Justin's gone around.
He's gone around. I think the bump upset him and he put it down.
The witness marks are all over the road there. Just too much throttle on the curb, and as I said earlier, he's just having a shocking end of the season here. Past halfway, he's just had no luck whatsoever. Go back to the front. Paul Robinson is maintaining a very tight gap here. He's pulled back into the Red Bull Holden car, and behind Meadows got to third position now. Damo's held on to that fourth position as we head into the second lap. It's just about points gathering for Damo. He's just got to make sure that he stays on track and just collects points. He's got a pretty sizable lead. He doesn't have to worry about too much. He's got the Kennard's Hire Falcon behind him, has really monstered the curbs there. We're going to go back to the front because these two are very tightly together.
Yeah, you can see J-Man's really taken off. He launched at the start, but Paul's sticking with him, and both of them are starting to pull a good gap on the on third position and the rest of the field. So they've really pulled it together, and we'll here we go. Coming into the critical back straight. Here we go.
Oh, J-Man's in the fence. He's hit the fence.
He tagged it.
Get away with it. Paul very deep under brakes.
Right up the clacker.
Paul really getting that braking area nailed down. We look back now from the Red Bull Commodore. Fantastic camera angles we've got here. J-Man.
Yeah, right. Donovan, he's seems to be catching up. He's slowly not with a mistake on that.
He just put the commentator's curse on him there.
I was looking, he was catching right up for a moment. Yeah. So I think give him a chance, because I think at the moment J-Man's probably holding Paul up. They're having a little tiff going. You know what happens then, and it slows you down and gives a chance for the back runner to catch up.
It does, because you've got to run a different line to everyone.
Oh, here comes David. Damon Carter is coming up with Donovan. I still can't pronounce his name, but
Meadow. I can tell you exactly why. I'm just going to say the tyre situation. There's a couple of guys out there on the hard tyre. Meadow and Davo. So those guys have chosen to run the hard tyre.
So they're looking to pull a long stint.
That was such a great shot on the wall at turn 8. Sorry, Damo nearly ended up in the wall. Such a good shot on the camera angle. These two fighting hard. Meadow looks like he's pretty strong in the last sector here. He's got it nailed down.
He does. I think Damon's going to catch up. Damon's got he's got a nice exit there. So did Meadow. I can't see the stats. He got the splits. Are they catching or?
It's very close at the front. 1.2 seconds. It's fluctuating, and the gap then back to Meadow is 4.5 seconds from the lead. So from there it's gone. But Meadow locking the rears and sliding through turn 4, and that gap is completely gone. Disappeared. Meadow really struggling on the hard tyres here. You can see Damo with the lights on. He's going to sneak it down the inside here. He's just having a look. He closed the door. Close the door. He's running really good, flashing the lights. He knows he's quicker. He's on the quicker tyre. He can get past if he wants.
Oh, hang on. I think we've got a bit of engine overheat going on. Somebody's...
Was that from the Paragon Commodore? I think there was. It did look like it.
I think it was Damon.
Number 23. Possible bit of smoke there. Don't want to over-rev the engine because he will blow it.
Just coming up and turn elusive 9. Just look like after the straight, the motor was, yeah, it just must be running hot oil or something, maybe a little bit too much grill tape.
Possibly. Davo holding down a solid 50. He's got a very nice gap back to Merv. Merv's 15 seconds off the lead. Just maybe struggling a little bit here. Tim Long holding down a very nice 7th. Justin's got back to 8th. And we a little bit of smokies. Maybe a little bit of an incident there at turn 11.
Paul's right on the back end of J-Man up the back. He's got a good exit. He's got some speed. He's blocking a line.
This gap.
Up turn 9. See what happens.
This gap is 0.6 of a second. They both get through turn 8 very well.
Who's got the balls?
Oh,
he's locked up the
J-Man!
front end. He locked up the front end. But it didn't hurt him too much.
He got through their drift style.
Locked it again.
Doesn't do well for the tyres, so maybe just wants to switch his brake bias backwards a bit.
Or maybe I think he's getting a little bit excited. You can see Paul in the mirror.
He's overdoing it
in the mirror. And I think, as you said, he's overdoing it a little bit.
Pushing too hard. We look back as well for this battle for 3rd. It's not over.
But I'll tell you what, he got the exit on turn 1. Oh. Paul used all the curb. There was no tax on that curb, I'll tell you. It was, that was full in the pocket.
Quite a few lock-ups and brake grabs here from the Red Bull Commodore. So
I think the tyres there, the tyres might be getting pushed a little bit too much. There's starting to see a little bit of smoke coming out of them.
Yeah, that's the problem though. He can't back off now. He's if he backs off too much, he loses the time, possibly lose the position. So
yeah, well he's got a lead up there, up the back round turn 9 very well. No lock up here. He looks like he's picking that line well. So does Paul. A little bit early on the exit for Paul.
He's got to try and control the temperatures, short shifting the gears, managing the wheel spin.
Keep it smooth. Keep it smooth.
Indeed.
Slow in, fast out. Don't push it too much.
This gap here is still pretty consistent for 3rd. Damo hasn't given up. He's still got the lights on. Meadow shaking the rear out of turn 14. Damo going really well through the centre chicane. He's got that car turning in quite well.
Yeah, he had a really nice line through there then. It's looking very smooth. Not using all the road though. He could have had a wider entry. That one was good.
Damo's definitely keeping up with him. We'll go back to the battle because the leaders...
I think he's just caught up a little bit.
J-Man has the fastest lap. It's a 20.3, but Paul on this lap's got fastest first sector, so he's keeping it very consistent.
Paul's just shadowing J-Man at the moment. Look, that J-Man made a mistake.
Keeping the pressure on. He's within striking distance now.
He is. I think J-Man's feeling the pressure with a little lock up there.
We're going to go on board here. See what we can see. He's definitely within striking distance. He's got to pick his moment though.
You need to see this corner. You've got to get this run right. This is where it starts. Both of them were pretty good through there.
Yeah, I think J-Man just had the edge. He just pulled another half a car length.
Oh.
Paul's pretty good under brakes though. You can really see that he gets in deep. The car is balanced.
They just love that curve.
Aggressiveness over the centre chicane. Look at J-Man locking brakes. He's very twitchy.
I think you got to watch that, man, because if you want to keep your tyres, it's going to start to wear off, and I think it's going to start to show where Paul's is going to have a bit of a dig at J-Man in a minute.
He's really putting the pressure on. And you see J-Man, he runs
He
quite
blocks
wide
it.
out of turn 7 to get the exit speed.
Oh, tags it, just scrape the wall. I think J-Man, he tries to shake the aero off Paul. And he doesn't want to give him a free ride.
Deny the slipstream. While this battle's going on at the front, Meta has actually pulled away from Damon about 2 seconds, 2 to 3 seconds. So he's got into a rhythm there on the hard tyres. J-Man, I think that's going to be it. Position over. They both went deep.
Paul just cooked it a little bit. Maybe he got a little bit excited on the exit.
He did. J-Man grabbed the grass on the way in the braking zone. So this is probably one of the best battles we've seen so far this season.
Crikey, that curb hop was just awesome.
Paul's going to have a look down the inside.
What's going on? There's a tag.
Oh, he's got it done. He was far enough up. Well done, Paul.
That was considering J-Man was blocking the line. There was no road left. Paul just gave him a gentle kiss and just snuck through.
Very good driving both rounds. He squeezed him, but he made him earn it. A very good job there. Now, they're actually coming up on some lap traffic here. It's Justin Bryce. I'm not too sure what's happened. Possibly another incident. Meadows DNF somehow. It's coming up on the screen.
No, really? I missed that.
Something's happened there.
And we've got a couple of pits as well.
So Damo is actually running third now.
So Merv's
J-Man! We just come back to it. J-Man runs deep at 11, and that is...
Oh, he's off.
All over for him.
Oh,
grab the brakes.
Damon Carter just goes flying by. He's got excited on the gas, nearly cooked it. Back on the road.
Completely overcooked it under brakes there. What might try and do is we'll go back and have a look at that incident if we can. I don't think we're going to be able to do that somehow. Another mistake that's dropped him back to third. He can still get a podium if he keeps it together. Lap traffic ahead to lap by. That's Smokey.
We've had a couple of... Yeah, Smokey just looked at him. He was in the pit. We just had Merv in the pit.
Meadows still in the pits though. It's DNF for some reason. I wonder what's happened there. Maybe a disconnection.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was watching. We were action up the front, and all of a sudden, bang, gone.
Yeah, it's disappointing. He was actually, I think he was starting to catch the two up front. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, well, we had a group up the front. We had Paul, J-Man, now Damon's just slipped up into second, but I'm wondering, I think he's still got a pit.
He's too far away. It's 9.6 seconds is the gap. J-Man still has the fastest lap of the race at 1 minute 20.3.
Yeah, well, Paul's just clearly pulling away now, eh?
Go back to J-Man here in third. He's still locking brakes. And Davo's not letting him get away.
It's funny going back to it. Like, Meadow was a serious contender for this at the time. You know, he only stuffed up the last corner on his qualifying, but at the end of the day, I thought he was going to be a serious contender, so I'd be interested to know what happened with the DNF.
Yes.
I missed it. I'll have to go back to the replay and have a look at that, see what happened.
So, Davo had a bit of a moment here on lap 11. And he's just dropped off the back of the podium position here. Tim Long running a strong race here in 5th. He's just keeping out of trouble, minding his own business. Doing a very good job. He's got ahead of Merv as well, so too sure what's happened here. There's a couple of drivers that have pitted here for some, I was saying that they have.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to work out.
We've got one pit stop against the name of Robinson, which he is in the pits as we speak. That's why. Davo is the other driver to pit, but I don't know if that's right.
Yeah, we've got Paul in the pits.
Smokey has
J-Man's
pitted
just
as well.
pulling into the pit.
So, obviously overworking the soft tyre quite a lot here. So, Damon has the lead of the race. He should be able to keep this and get to the finish. We're running lap 12 as we speak. Davo on the harder tyre has moved his way up to second, but close behind him is Paul Robinson on fresh softs. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh, that's going to be interesting. Yeah, well, I think Damon's still out there, isn't he, on
Yep.
on his hards? So.
No, Damo's on softs.
Oh, he's got the softs.
I should say Tim's up to fourth, but again he's got another fast driver behind on fresh tyres. So interesting to see what happens here. Go back towards the front of the field. Paul's just trying to deal with Smokey here, lap traffic. So yeah, what's actually happened there is a few drivers have got past him, but then they've pitted, so they're having to get back past again.
Yeah. When it happens, it makes it interesting. A little bit of traffic, breaks up the monotony.
It does
Gets settled in, trying to pull some laps. It wakes you up a bit, makes you feel alive. Oh, Paul there with another. He just loves that curb. There's no curb there. That's why I think there's also that turn 2. Straight across the top.
Damon running a 10-second gap out front. He's just driving to a lap time. I think he's last up to 22.8. So he's just managing that. This battle for second, though, I think this will be done pretty easy from Paul. He's got the grip.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's right up his clacker. He's it almost looked like there was a little bit of paint exchange before, but I think see what happens. Paul played it sensible.
Clean. He's going to dive. He does.
He's in. He's
Sends
in.
it down the
all
inside.
The way there was no defence at all.
I was just about to remark on the lap time of Davo because his last lap was slower than Damon's. It was a 23.5, so it's really just probably struggling a little bit on the hard tyres. Paul here.
I'd say so. There's definitely a traction difference. You got to think about making those soft tyres work if you've got any chance.
Indeed. So we're running lap 14 now. One more to come after this, and Paul is putting in the quick laps. The last lap's 20.5, so he wants to break that lap record, or the fastest lap, I should say.
Well, I think when he came out of the pits, it was about 10-12 seconds behind. We've cut that down, and he's slowly creeping up now. We're down to 7.2 seconds behind Damon, so...
J-Man's just popped in a 19.8 for the fastest lap of the race.
Oh, wow.
He's got the pace, just needs to work on the race consistency in the setup through turn 8. Such a great shot there of the camera on the wall. Paul Robinson, what can he do on this lap? The gap's been brought down to under 7 seconds now. I don't think he'll be able to catch him. Damo's managed the soft tyre pretty well. Last up was a 23.9.
Yeah, I think it catches someone about a second a lap, and we've only got 2 laps to go. It's just not going to cut it.
We're on the last lap now. 20.9 for Paul Robinson. So I must say he's got some talent here. We're seeing some obvious
I like
positives.
His lines. Yeah, I like his lines and his style. He's very smooth. So I think he's definitely a newcomer and very dangerous. Like looking very dangerous.
And can overtake. One very hard overtake, and he pulled that off very easy. And
Yeah, I did think there was a little bit of give up and a mistake on the second party on that overtake, but yeah, definitely took advantage of it and made it look very easy.
newsflash, he's under 4 seconds from the lead.
Yeah, I knew he was catching, but he's only got one lap to go after this.
This is going to be to the line. This is the last lap we're on here. So there won't be any more.
Now it's down to 3 seconds. He's really bringing him in.
Damo's probably just easing off to the finish line. He doesn't want to make a mistake. He wants to win this race.
Oh, look, he's inside. He's inside. Don't ruin this. Oh, he's gone wide. He's cooked it.
The championship leader, though, brings home another race victory. He's managed the strategy well. Well done, Damon. Paul Robinson couldn't convert the pole into the win, but a very solid drive all round and really turned it on.
A good go at it, didn't he?
And
Paul,
Davo on the hard tyre gets home for another podium. Very good drive from him.
Yeah, should have looked at it. J-Man, I don't know, at the start, J-Man, it was on. It was Paul and J-Man, and then, yeah, it just seemed to slip off after, I think all those lockups really cost those tyres, just hurt them.
Yeah, he comes home in 4th, but he does have the fastest lap of the race to his name. A bit of bragging rights.
Yeah, well, that's what you get from when you have good expenditure on your well-earned bloody rubber on the car. So, you know, you got to treat it nice, yeah.
Tim Long, first race for him, and he comes home with a top 5 finish. I think he'll be happy with that. Start from the rear of the grid.
Yeah, Tim's on, and Merv was there. He was having a crack. I don't think we've seen a lot of dedication lately from Merv. I think needs to possibly have a little bit more seat time.
Oh yeah, I think he'll be disappointed because he, earlier in the season, as we see Justin finish as well, he was in contention heading into the Monaco and Bathurst rounds, and he's just lost a lot of points, and it just hasn't helped his championship run.
He seemed to come out strong for the season, and I think I don't know whether it's female distraction or something, but we have heard there's a few things going on in his life that he's quite happy with at the moment, so maybe that's taken a little bit of distraction over his passion for seat time and race. So,
but good on him if he's having a good life away from the track.
Why not? Why not? Yeah.
Well, what we'll do, we'll take another short break. We'll come back with race 2, and I'm sure it's going to be an absolute cracker. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back very shortly.
we have 12. How long? We got 3,
We're on now.
4 minutes.
Yes,
4
welcome back.
minutes.
Gussie needs to go to the loo, and we've got just under 4 minutes at the end of warm-up here before the second race of the Super 2 Down Under Series at the Adelaide Parklands Street Circuit in South Australia. Currently watching our race 1 winner and championship leader, Damon Carter, go around at the moment. Fastest lap on track is Meadow Monin at the moment with a 19.9 again. And after the battling we saw at the first race, I'm sure we'll have another good one here. Damo running a bit wide out of turn 9. So it'd be interesting to see what eventuates here. I believe we have the Terminator back. He is in. Are you there, Termo?
Yes, unfortunately.
A few storms in your area. Seems you copped the dose of bad luck this week after Alex's power pole incident last week.
Yep.
Not a good way to go, but
typical Mother Nature.
Yes, well, we saw that at the mountain today, and happy Bathurst weekend to all those that are watching or will be watching. This race is, of course, taking place on the Friday evening of the Bathurst race weekend, the Bathurst 1000. And busy weekend indeed it is. So there's a few cars out on the track at the moment. And the fastest guy is Meadow Monin. And we have here on screen following the Red Bull Commodore. And he's doing some pretty good laps. Pretty consistent, very close to his fastest lap time. And, his experience from the main game, because he did start in the main game this year, his experience here will most likely be helping with that. So another 15-lap race will be coming to us very shortly. Are we having a reverse grid, Tamo? I think you said you didn't put it on because you couldn't be bothered, sorry. And
No,
reverse grid.
no, just random grid.
Random grid. Wow, that'll spice things up. Possibly see a few quick guys at the back. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that, of course. What we'll do, we'll take you on board for a lap around this Adelaide Parkland circuit with the fastest driver at the moment. He finishes his last lap in the warm-up session. He's on a pretty decent lap, and the session has ended. So we'll see most of these guys end up on the grid very shortly. And what we have for a grid is quite interesting indeed. We've got Merv at the front on pole position. Tim Long will join him on the front of the grid. The J-Man will be in third along with Smokey. Damon will be fifth. Justin Bryce sixth. Paul Robinson seventh. Davo eighth and Meadow Monin ninth. So we'll try and get a good camera angle Merv on the pole. Poor start. Tim Long gets straight away into the lead. The left-hand side of the track seems to be the quickest tonight. Damo's going to take third away from Smokey. So they all fall through behind. Justin's worked his way up as well in front of Meadow, who's gone from the back to six pretty quickly. Smokey runs a bit wide at turn 4, side-to-side contact with Justin. So they try and get their way through cleaning on this first lap of 15. Justin still side by side, and we've got Damon giving Merv a big hit up the rear at turn 7. Cars running wide everywhere. J-Man's gone from 3rd to 5th. Oh, turn 8. That's not a good place to be side by side. Justin gets the position back. Smokey's had a shocker. Hopefully Justin can have some good luck here. He's had shockers, and Davo's round. Davo was round at the corner. Not sure whether there was contact there, but he just looked like he loosed it off the end. Tyre update here as well. Tim Long, Merv and Damon are both running, or all running the hard compound tyre. The rest of them are on the softs. And it's looking like it's spicing it up as Damon's gone from 3rd to 5th in a couple of corners. Side by side with Justin, he keeps the position. We've got J-Man, Tim Long! Tim Long has completely lost the rear end on the entry into turn 4 on the braking approach. And there's more chaos! Damon is round. Contact with another car there. I believe it might have been Justin. They were together coming up to turn 4. Not what he wanted. Back to the front. Merv is up in the lead. J-Man is hunting him down. Justin Bryce close behind. Smokey's gone from almost the front of the pack to the rear to near the front again in about a lap. It's absolute chaos here. Looking for a way through. We've got Paul Robinson getting his way up to the front. He'll be wanting to try and get a race win here. He's driven well in that first race without reward, I must say. Now, Justin Ride onto the back of J-Man. Merv's pulled away, so a little mistake there from J-Man possibly.
Sorry to join you late in the commentary, but
he had to drain the snake, mate. That's all right. Nature calls. You got to do something about it.
Yeah, well, somehow I got the toilet seat stuck in my pants, so we'll just move on from there.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. J-Man is struggling here on this third lap. He's all over the shot. And Justin finally having a good... Yeah, Justin's finally having a good turn of luck here, and he's holding down a solid third. Merv is way out in the lead here.
Yeah, he's Merv. Like, we doubt him sometimes, say things about him. He's Mr. Solid.
Well, he did get away slow from pole position of the random grid, but he's made it count.
Yeah, he's up there. The boys are catching him up though, slowly. They're winding him in, but I think if Justin gets up behind J-Man again, then maybe they'll slow back off. But I think J-Man's really hunting Merv down at the moment, and Justin's following along.
Current fastest lap is Davidson with a 23.2, which just went to J-Man with a 22.2.
Wow.
So Damo's had an absolute shocker. He is now a lap down, and I think he made a pit stop there, so
now we're seeing the leaders
maybe
bunch up. I think Merv, J-Man and Justin's catching Merv up. J-Man's right on him. Yep.
He definitely is using all the curb, aggressive driving style. Justin's not too far behind. He's thereabouts.
He got a, got
in
a
the
good run on
slipstream.
turn 8 there, so look, here he is, right up the back, turn
Had a
9.
little lift. Merv a bit slow through the apex of 8. He's going to get down the
Held him
inside at
all up.
9.
Oh,
If he holds it
he's-
together
Oh,
on the absolute
oh,
breaking limit,
Justin,
Justin's
oh,
gone
Justin.
round. Justin's
Paul's
lost
taking
positions.
advantage of it, Meadow.
Oh, and then made contact with the lapped car and more contact. And Merv ended up in the fence. The track,
Justin straight up the back of Merv there.
the track is almost jammed. He got absolutely blindsided there.
It was chaos. Meadows now taking advantage of everything, come out of nowhere, straight into second position.
Be looking to avenge that non-result in the first race. Jamie,
Oh, look, he's going. Oh, that was good turn 1 and turn 2. A little use of the curb to put the power down. Yeah, he's getting right on the back of J-Man now.
these guys are going at it. Paul Robertson's worked his way up to third from the back of the grid.
Yeah, he's not far behind. He's just covering the gap
Oh.
between the two front runners at the moment.
Look at the front two. Meadow did a 22.232 and has the fastest lap of the race.
And a little bit of overheating from the car there going into turn 9. So Meadows says he's got this car tuned up. He's got it possibly a little bit too much grill tape and pushing it.
Possibly that smoke is maybe over revving a bit because you can actually gain time if you keep it in 5th there. So
Yeah, it's not a favourable thing to do though. It's so touchy on the acceleration. You're better off to pick a higher gear and cruise through that corner and keep the car stable. It's very touchy.
J-Man leads Meadow by 0.6
Oh,
of a second.
J-Man loose into turn 2, just curb hops it. Skips the car sideways and recovers. I'm looking.
Damon's 4th on track, but he's not actually 4th in the leaderboard. Meadows right on the back of that Red Bull Commodore. He can sniff it.
Oh, it doesn't smell too good coming from a Ford driver right there.
Onto the back straight down Bartlett's Road towards the ever
Oh, there it is, smoking
dangerous
again.
turn 8.
And I truly think he's got a little bit too much grill tape running.
Possibly. It's
'Cause
smoking quite a lot. He doesn't want to blow the
Yeah,
engine. He's locked the rear brakes. He's
he's
rolled!
rolled it, he's rolled it.
Unbelievable! He's rolled it!
He rolled it! Oh, there it goes. Bang, he's sliding down the positions now. There's another one. He's
He's
down in the
made the
fourth.
mistakes. He has rolled the car.
Oh, and
Unbelievable.
there it is. It's reset. He's in 4th. He's pulled away, so
Quite a big gap back to the 5th place
Yeah,
driver of Dave.
Davo, he's just pulling into the corner where Meadow rolled it.
But that car is smoking quite a lot. The engine's overheated a fair bit. So
And he's on the grass now. He's really got upset about what
a
he's
lot
done.
of overheating of the grill tape. Justin's been in the wall there. He's lost the front splitter. So hijinks all around here in
he's
this race.
right back. Yeah. Misses so much action going on. It's hard to keep track of it.
It is.
There's always something going on.
Meadow wants to get
he's
past.
just
Justin
passed
lets
him.
him go.
Yeah.
We're going to go back to the front here, I think, because these two from the
Yeah.
first race are within touching distance again. And there's still time to go. The last laps for these two drivers,
Paul's just
quicker.
touched the wall, turn 9.
Paul was quicker on the last lap by 0.6 of a second. So
Yeah, he's solid, Paul. Like I said before in the first race, he seems pretty consistent. He's conservative and consistent. So, yeah, he makes. Oh, there. I was just
Lock
about
up.
to say, makes a mistake every now and then. I saw him go off onto the grass, coming in the most critical corner of the track, turn 1. Like he's. Oh, I mean the last turn. Sorry, turn 1. I call it turn 1 because it is the first corner of the track. It's the last corner of the track, and it's the most critical corner. You've got to set it up.
Check out the last laps, they were pretty close. Paul was only a 10th quicker. So the lap times are very consistent between the two at the moment. J-Man looks like he's just maybe got a bit more of a settled car. He's not locking up too much. The 20, almost 19-second gap back to third position of Meadows. So he'll be probably just trying to nurse that car home.
Yeah, and then you can add another, say,
Merv
10
was,
seconds to that.
Merv
to
was
the fourth
off
position.
Merv was off at turn 9. There was yellows in the third sector. So he's now gone a lap down. And if he's not careful, he'll lose a position to Damo. Because these two are fighting for position.
Well, going back to the back run, Smokey's just gone into the pit. And we're saying Damon Carter and Merv now gone right to the bottom of the board.
Merv is pitting here. I wonder what's happening here. Strategical call. I think it's a bit late to be pitting, but we'll find out what happens with that.
We've just had 3 of them pull into the pit. So the 3 back runners, 7th, 8th and 9th, all pull into the pit. So Merv's just coming out. Smokey just did his, got out before Merv. And I don't know what the story is with Damon, but...
We've got 3 drivers that are down a lap. The next driver on the list is Tim Long. He's 62 seconds off the lead, so J-Man's putting down an incredible pace. The last lap, J-Man was quicker by about 0.7 of a second. He did a 1:20.9 and Paul did a 21.6. So it's on between the two of them.
Yeah, Paul's only 2-3 seconds behind. He was 2 and it crept up, so he's 3.1 seconds behind the leader. It's as you said, it's another big gap there, and that's like another 15 seconds to third position.
J-Man grabbing a bit of the grass into the braking area for the final corner. Meadow Moran has the fastest lap of the race, still at 20.5, and he's on another quick lap as we speak. He's purpling the sectors.
Yeah, well, looking at it, he's catching up, and he's got a sniff, he's got a chance. And if he keeps pulling those smooth corners that he does, he's got a good chance of creeping up on his podium position at the moment. Like, I mean, not podium, but third place. He's looking at second, or possibly a podium. Something happens.
Paul Robinson, the gap is about 2.5 seconds between the leaders.
Yep.
And J-Man's having moments here, there, and everywhere, and somehow managing to keep it on the track. It's a miracle that he's keeping it on the track.
Well, we've got to remember with sim racing, and in sim racing, you don't have to pay for tyres. And that's something J-Man's taking advantage of.
That is very true, but these mistakes can be costly because it's lowering the gap. And Paul will strike. We've seen him overtake. He's very clean. And even if he's made to work for it, he will try and get it done.
There we go.
This is going to be a replay.
J-Man, last corner, big lock up.
This is going to end up in a replay of race 1. The gap is 1.25 seconds.
Yep. And that loves using the curb.
They're both abusing the curbs.
The second curb just takes advantage of it. Like, it's Super 2, so it's all good. But yeah, you just 2 wheels on the track at any one time.
Yep, they're taking advantage of the curbs, using them to their utmost limit. Just seems that J-Man is good on corner exit. Paul's pretty good through the twisty stuff.
He is, but I don't think he got the exit coming up the back here to turn 9.
1.5 seconds is the gap. J-Man definitely carrying a lot more mid-corner speed through turn 8. Locking brakes though.
It up again, yeah. Just smoke that front right on the way in.
That's going to be really hurting him on the left-hand corners, though.
Oh, I believe these days at that type of change for front wheels, you can get a burger at McDonald's. So, a few 50-cent pieces goes a long way.
On the grass again into the braking zone. He's really pushing too hard in the last sector there. Overdriving the car. It's very easy to do.
Yeah. Well, I said before in the first race, slow in, fast out. Like,
Oh, he's missed the chicane miles.
That was huge.
He's nearly in the
Just
gravel trap.
Launched it.
And he's lost time as well. He's losing more time.
Oh,
It's under a second now. Look out, because those orange eyes of the Commodore behind Paul Robinson, he will strike.
Yeah, he's very smooth, Paul. You can see the difference between the two cars where J-Man's being a lot more aggressive, and he's paying for that when he's locking those front right tyres and front left tyres, left and right corners, just every time.
Fair dab of the brakes through turn 8 from J-Man. He clipped the
tagged
wall.
Too.
And look ahead, there's some lap traffic.
Oh,
Paul shows the nose.
Yeah, but he covered, J-Man covered with a locking right-hand tyre.
He probably didn't need to cover because Paul was nowhere near it.
Again.
This is going to be interesting. What does Tim do?
And we've got some traffic coming up.
He's getting blue flags at this point. J-Man's pitting.
Yeah,
J-Man is pitting.
Both pulled in.
What is Paul going to do? Has he got the tyre life to continue, Paul? Can he win the race from the back of the grid?
This is it. This is lap 12. So
he's going to lose out here, I think.
Really, if you think he's going to carry on, I can't say it. What is he running the hards again?
I don't think so. They're still on the soft. Just working those softs too much. Damo's Damo's really benefiting from this because I believe he started on the hard tyre and he pitted early after the lap 1 incident. He's gone to the soft and just working to the end. He's just ticking over the laps, trying to stay with the leader because every lap overtake that the leader makes, he's gaining. He's up to 6.
Paul's smooth. He's looking after his tyres. He's been really smooth. He's not trying to make a mistake. And I'll tell you what the funny thing is, I'm sat in my sim right now commentating this and I'm turning the wheel. Trying to keep up with these guys.
They're doing a very good job. Paul Robinson, the standout from this round, I say, driver of the night for me. He's put on an absolute overtaking clinic.
Let's have a look. Here we go. Here's critical. So
lap 14 will be the one we run. J-Man just ran out of tyres at the end there. He couldn't keep with him.
Not even on the brand new set. Is same again. Really hard on the front end. I think he made, if he backed off a little brake bias, like a little bit of brake pressure. Because he's every single corner is locking up the front tyres.
I'd say that's the case as well.
Just, either set your bias or just back off on the brake pressure so you can slam that foot down and have confidence that the car's not going to brake on you. You know what I mean? Or you got to brake. I mean, the traction's not going to brake on the front end.
No, that's right. Davo here has worked his way up to 3rd. And he's ahead of Meadow Monan trying to defend this position. Davo hasn't stopped. He's on the soft tyre from the start rather than taking the hard as he did last race. So he's obviously worked. They both run wide to turn 6 over the curb.
Well, look, I reckon Paul's got this. He's got it in the bag now, coming up to lap 14. He's got a 21-second lead at the moment.
Maybe starting lap 15. Oh, they both clipped the wall, these two, Davo and Meadow. They both clipped the wall at turn 8. They're not backing off, these two. Into the back end of the Parkland circuit. Meadow keeping him honest.
Yeah, we've got a big going on. Here we go.
Bit wide. He's ruined his run there, Meadow.
Yeah.
I was just about to say he gets a nice straight run over the curve, the clip curve into the braking zone for the final corner. So that's where he's gaining a lot of time.
I think when he came out a little bit eager on the pedal there, and the paint just set him wide.
He was a
set
bit
that tail out.
He was a bit wide as well. He didn't quite make the apex of the last corner. So
And we've just seen him tag the wall before on turn 3 after the little chicane, turn 1 and 2. He's and again up the back.
he's pushing. Oh, and he's made a mistake. It's all over, I think, for that one. The Canard Tyre FGX will escape down the road. J-Man safe in second, but Paul Robinson, the final corner, gets his deserved win from the back of the grid in this race.
Across the line.
Fantastic result for him, and I think he can be very pleased with his pace tonight. He's shown it.
And that's a total time of 20 minutes for the race. And he's got nearly a 20-second lead to second position. So I think that's a well-deserved win after race 1. Really came back and showed everybody how it's done.
Indeed it did. J-Man gets on the podium in race 2. He's just probably got to work on a few things, and I'm sure he'll be able to get them sorted out for the next round. And this series has just turned into an absolute cracker, I must say. Davo comes across the line in style, I must say, for third, and Meadow gets fourth. A bit disappointed for him because he could have really won this race.
Yeah, well, look, coming from the main game and having a commentate on the race tonight in the Super 2s, look, I'm really seeing some talent in there, and I don't understand why some of these guys are holding back from joining the main game and stepping into a little bit more horsepower and a little bit more budget and having a crack at it. Because tell you what, there's some consistent races here tonight, and I really feel that there's some good quality, respectful racing going. Like, we really didn't see that many major tags. Like, there was a couple of little kisses through the corner, but that's racing is rubbing, And
rubbing is racing indeed. Justin Bryce come home 5th. Damon 1 lap down, ended up in 6th, and the rest of those guys, Smokey in 7th, Merv in 8th, and Tim finishing in 9th. And he ended up with 2 pit stops there at the end, unfortunately, so quite a lot of time lost there for him. Fastest lap of the race was Meadow Monan with a 20.5. And J-Man come close there. His last lap of the race was a 20.7. Overall, a very good race tonight and a very good couple of races. The championship leader extended his gap in the first race, and he will be tough to beat from here on in. And it's going to be a very good end of the championship. Thank you for joining me tonight in the commentary box tonight, Gussie. It was a pleasure. You've done very well, I must say.
I was a bit nervous jumping into the commentary box with such a profound commentator of the sim industry. It put me back listening to you. You got some good shit going, and I was like, all right, well, I'll have a crack at this and jump in. And out of the main game, like, I don't get to talk about racing much. I've got my YouTube channel and shit going, but it was really enjoyable to jump in and watch these Super 2 guys going, because makes me realise that what we got in the second half of our Downunder league is some up-and-coming guys here that really, I think, could, I like a challenge, so bring them along, get them in there.
Well, it's goodbye from myself and Gussie, and thanks to Termo and River and all the rest of the guys who organise this series and run it. And if you're interested in joining the Super 2 series, you can head to the website, which is, and I will get that up very shortly. It is...
I can give you that, www.downunder_series.
I think it's a
is it
middle line,
line?
not a hyphen line.
Yeah, the one in the middle.
Downunder
Not the
hyphen downunderlineseries.com. You can search for us on Facebook, the RF2 Down Under series, and join the group and get involved in the racing. But on behalf of the Super 2 guys, we thank you very much for watching. It's been another great night of racing. We'll see you again for the next round of Super 2, and